Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle.
Mr. Rob O'Hara.
Sprite Castle.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sprite Castle. On today's show, I'm going to be playing and reviewing one of my favorite, I don't even want to say one of my favorite Commodore 64 games, I want to say one of my favorite games of all time. This is definitely top 3 Commodore 64 game for me, maybe top 3 all-time game. I mean, any system, anything. Definitely top 10 and probably higher than that, maybe top 5, maybe top 3. This is Paradroid, released by Hewson in 1985 for the Commodore 64. There are some other versions of Paradroid available. It was released later as Paradroid 90 for the Amiga and the Atari ST. And there are some versions that have been released recently, fairly recently, for Windows and Linux. So let's check out Paradroid. I'm going to be using a technique. I'm going to be trying a new technique on this episode that I have not done before. And that is that I'm going to be pausing this game to explain things, because there's a lot of explanation that goes on, and this game is pretty fast. So in WinVice, I believe Alt-Pause or Alt-Print Screen, Alt-Pause, I guess it's Alt-Pause. I guess we'll find out real quick, because if I'm getting killed, that was the wrong key. So anyway, the goal of Paradroid is to basically take over these giant ships. And do I want to speed up the game? No, I don't. We'll do a high score. That's fine. Really, I just want to get started here. So, Paradroid by Andrew Braybook. If you're familiar at all with Commodore 64 software, you may know that name. You may know the company Hewson. I think Hewson is actually having a Kickstarter right now. There's a potential book coming out that will be telling all about Hewson, so you might want to go check out that Kickstarter. The instructions I have here are pretty simple. Plug my joystick into port 2 and get started, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, and I'm just going to... So, this is going to be my first pause here. This is me. I am a robot, but I am a helmet. And as you can see here, you know what? Oh, let me move this for a second. As I'm a helmet, I'm also going on this guy's skull, if you can see that. So, as the Paradroid here, as the 001, which is me that you're going to see here very shortly. So there's me. I'm the 001. I'm going to be able to take over other robots by jumping on them. Now, that's an elevator. We'll get to that in a minute. So this is a top-down view of a spaceship, if you can see this here. And there's a robot. Now, I have a few options here. I could follow him and shoot him, but obviously, 476, oh, he's shooting me. So now I'm going to hold down my button, and I'm going to try to transfer into him. So here's me. I'm the 001. Here's this guy, a maintenance droid of 476. Now, I'm pausing the game right now. What you're looking at is basically, I'm going to completely move me out of here for a second, is a logic circuit game that is going to be played between me, the 001, and this guy, the 476. Now, right here, you can see that this circuit is yellow. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of this that are yellow, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of this that are purple. Now, the first choice that I have is I get to choose which side of this puzzle do I want to play, or of this game. I could be on this side over here, or I can switch over and I can be this side. Now, remember I said that the 476 is a lot more powerful than I am? Well, before I say that, the goal of this is to turn this whatever color you've chosen. So if I'm yellow, or if I choose this side, then I would try to turn this thing yellow by having more of these be yellow than they are purple. Sounds more complicated than it is. The purple side over here is going to try to turn these things purple. So the way that you turn these things a color is you get these little, I always just thought they were like electrical chargers here or something. And you're going to place them on these circuits. Or if I'm on this side, I'd place them on this circuit. Now, as you look down, you can see what's going to happen, because you have to put the electricity to go here to turn it your color. So, for this one, like if I put one here, you can see this is a dead end. It doesn't go anywhere. If I put one here, obviously this is a Y thing, so I'm going to have to put one here and one here. It's going to turn this, and it would turn this purple one yellow. These are just normal one-line ones. You notice here's some dead-end ones. Here's one that splits into two. So this, if I put one here, would actually turn both of these purple ones yellow. Now, there's also, and not on this one, but later on you'll see like a little triangle here that will continually turn yours. So if I place one here, and afterwards he places one here, then his is going to win because he did his later. So I'm looking at this. It looks to me also, oh, here's another thing. If you can see this little thing right here is a little purple square. If I shoot yellow here, it's going to change it to purple. So I'm actually going to be helping him. So this one looks fairly even, but I'm going to choose purple. So I'm going to unpause the game. I'm going to flip over to, I'm going to do this all at once. All right. Unpause the game. Turn over to purple. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for him to do and see what he's doing. I'm going to turn this one purple, and I'm going to turn this double one purple. This did not go well. And pretty much it's because, so what's going to happen now is I'm basically going to blow up, and that's going to be the end of the game. And that's what happened. Now, part of the reason why that happened is because I tried to jump too far. I mean, I tried to jump from a 001, which is what you start out as, all the way up to a 476. So he had a lot more little energy things that he was able to put onto the circuit board and turn more of a purple than I was. So now, different levels of the ship. Okay, so here's a 2-something. What is he, a 296? Okay, so he's not going to have quite as much. And the yellow, I'm going to stick with yellow over here. So here's a little triangle. This will keep turning this one yellow for me. You can see it's flickering between purple and black. Black would be a tie. I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to do this bottom one. And I'm going to pause. And you can see here now that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have turned this yellow, where he only has 5. Notice I have these couple of triangles that kept shooting in. Now this one, since I did it after he did it, I get this one. This one overpowers his. So there's a little bit of logic, and it goes really fast. Let's unpause that. And now you can see I'm a 296. Now, other robots think that I'm a 296. In reality, I am a 001 helmet on top of a 296, but they don't know that. But so I'm going to shoot at these guys. They're probably a little confused. They're like, why is my buddy shooting at me? But eventually they'll figure it out. So as I go through here, there are different things that you can do here. This is an elevator. So if you've ever been on a cruise ship, I went on a cruise ship, and I played Paradroid my whole life. I mean, as a kid, I played Paradroid. I never really understood what this was until I went on a cruise ship. And on cruise ships, they show you where the elevators go, and it looks exactly like this. Obviously, whoever played this, or whoever wrote this game, had been on a cruise ship. So as you can see, there are different elevators in this game that move up and down. And the one that's lit up in the white here is the elevator that I'm on. So you can see I could go down one level, or I could go up a few levels. Let's go up all the way to the top here, and let's see what we find. So here we are, and there's some 500 guys. So I hold down my button, bump into him. I'm a 296. I'm going to try to take over this crew droid here. And as you can see, the puzzles are getting a little bit more interesting. I think I'm going to try purple here. I'm going to shoot these purple ones that I have the continuing electric on. And I'm going to go for that splitter, and I'm going to try to get that one. That was a pretty easy win right there. But notice how you have that timer that's counting down the whole time, so you have to do this quick. Now, this other robot, sometimes when they see you take over somebody else, then... okay, now, did you see how the background changed colors? That means this level's now clear. Now, over here is a computer system I can interface with. It says access granted. I'm a 593. Oh, let me go back here. I'm on the ship. I'm on the deck. We could go here and I can see a map of the deck. I could go in and see different alerts, and I could go in and I can actually find out more information about the robot that I currently am right now. When I was a kid, going through the different robots was almost like collecting cards. I mean, you got to see each one. You got to, you know, find out about them, see their little pictures and stuff, because each one has its own. Whoa, I'm getting shot at. So we're going to try getting the Sentinel here. This shouldn't be too hard. Now, obviously, the more little chargers that I have and that he has means these battles are going to, I mean, there's a lot more possibility of things going on here. Oh, yeah, that went too hard. So, but this is basically Paradroid. So you have this, this almost like these little mini games. This guy is not fooled by me, obviously, and he is just shooting at me. He's getting ready to come through this door. Oh, 7-Eleven. I know what that is. Let's go get this guy. Battle droid. Thank you. Again, oh, the purple looks much more advantageous on this side. You have to be careful, though. You have to look at how many dead ends there are, too, because as you can see, like the one above me and below me here are dead ends, and so I don't have, ooh, like this one is yellow. So now what is going to happen, I'm going to get popped off, and I'm going to become very unstable, and I really don't have a chance of winning this, but I'm going to see what I can do here. So this is a good one because that one turns purple. This is a good one, and that. Oh, wow. That worked out really well. I really can't believe I pulled that off, but yeah, this is a, you know, you could, oh, so this guy, I forgot, he doesn't shoot, he shoots these bombs like that, so, but you have to be able to see the people in the other room to get them, and if you don't get them quick enough, they're gonna come charging in here and take me over. So, why do I like Paradroid so much? Well, there's a whole ship. First of all, these guys are hiding over here because they want me to come in. There's a whole ship to explore. You have this little logic sub-game that you get to play. What else? Now, here's another thing, is that, oh, 999. So this is the big daddy of them all. This is the command cyborg. Now, he's not very stable. So, and also you can see he has, I mean, his entire thing over there is filled. So everything that you do, he's just going to sit here and undo. And then you can kind of redo. Now, notice this is a tie. It's black at the top. I got 6, he got 6. It's a deadlock, so we're just going to go again. Ooh, purple looks better to me this time. You only it counts down from 100 to 0, so you have to choose pretty quick. And you know, you don't get to play all of your things necessarily. Oh, another deadlock. Oh, folks. I'm looking at the camera quite a bit, but you can't really see. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, I should have picked the purple rats because I can't do any of those. I can't do that one. Oh, I shouldn't have done that one. That was just a slip. Another deadlock. 3 deadlocks in a row. This is not good for the old Paradroid here. Oh, yellow is definitely better on this one. So let's see what we can do. There. Yeah. That's how we do it in Paradroid land. I'd love to be in a Paradroid gang. So now you can see I'm on this as I'm pointing to the screen, which you obviously can't see. I'm on this separate elevator over here. And now I got some big JAMA lasers on this thing. I'm just going to start cleaning up. Now, one thing is the little helmet, I mean our 001, we're sitting on top of this 999. So it's an unstable relationship, and so it will not last forever, especially if you start driving into fireballs like that. So eventually, if I stay on this guy a little bit too long, what you'll start to see is he'll start flashing colors, and then eventually, if I stay on him too long, I will the host will explode, and you'll see me about to explode like this. And now this is terrible because I'm going to have to waste my command cyborg on this stupid servant robot. And I can be either side I want because I just have... It's a 999. I'm so much stronger than that other guy. I mean, eventually... This joystick, this particular Atari joystick doesn't seem to be working out great, but I like the idea. I like the feel of it. I just need a different stick, I think. But yeah, so unfortunately now I've been relegated back to this little 247 guy. If you want to see him, and like I said, you can look at. There's a lot of little details and things in all these little robots. You know, I used to in mid-high, I would draw these guys on paper, you know, and then go back, like take them to school and color them in and stuff like that. It was good times back then. And these are guys I don't really care about transferring into. So instead I'm going to shoot them because that seems like the nice thing to do. As you can see, I've cleared this level. I know the elevators, I remember from that map earlier that the elevators are, I believe, more to the right on this level. So there's one. So anyway, this is Paradroid. I could play this a lot longer than you would want to watch it. I can just tell you that. So I'm probably going to cut this one off here. Like I said, available for the Commodore 64, but also there have been ports. There's the, I mentioned the Amiga and Atari ST versions. I'm not a fan. It's a newer version called Paradroid 90. All the graphics have been updated. This part of the game has been updated. I think it makes it a lot more difficult to see what's going on because the graphics are almost too busy. So, I mean, if that's the only way that you have to play it, then I would definitely play it. But I enjoy this version. Of course, I played this version a lot more as a kid, so we'll look and see what this guy is here. Oops. But like I said, there's several freeware versions now available for Windows and Linux that you can go download. So if you don't, if you aren't into Commodore emulation or anything like that, then you could get one of those other types of versions. But anyway, whatever version that you get, I hope that you get some copy of Paradroid and try this out because, like I said, this is a really fantastic game. It's a lot of fun. You'll have a lot of fun exploring. Eventually, once you clear this entire ship, you will go to a second ship, and you will do that. I believe there are 8 different ships, and then after that, it keeps continuing. It just gets harder and harder. So, I've been playing this game for off and on for, well, it's 85, 95, 2005, almost 30 years now, and I still play it. It's a go-to type game. If you have one of those, where do I want to go here? Commodore 64 all-in-one joysticks, like the 30-in-1 that was released a few years ago, it has Paradroid on it. So for me, that right there would be worth picking one up for if you don't do emulation or anything else. So like I said, there's lots of different ways to play Paradroid, and I highly encourage you to find one of them and give this game a shot. Lots of times. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Sprite Castle. That guy's attacking me. If you like this, and how could you not? Not Paradroid, but the money right here. Be sure to check out SpriteCastle.com, where you can find all the episodes of Sprite Castle, and also check out ThrowbackNetwork.net, where you can find every episode of not only this show, but my other shows, and a lot of our friend shows, everybody that's into retro games and retro movies and toys and all kinds of awesome stuff. So check out ThrowbackNetwork.net, and I will see you on the next episode of Sprite Castle. And now I'm going to be playing this game for the next hour.